My name's Lucas Weber, 24 years old. Back in 2016, I was a university student in Vienna, Austria, working night shifts at a boutique hotel to pay my bills. The job was a lifeline, flexible hours, a bonus for my language skills, and a boss who treated us like family. But when the old owner retired and his arrogant son took over, my world turned upside down. He and a clique of coworkers conspired to make my life hell, hoping I'd quit. They underestimated me. I didn't just get revenge. I brought down their hotel, cost them their jobs, and even blew up the new owner's marriage. This is how I served justice. Cold and calculated. It all started in 2013. I was a broke student, studying history and juggling exams. The hotel job was perfect. The old owner, Herr Schmidt, was a gem. He owned several properties, so we rarely saw him, but when he visited, he'd treat us to drinks, chat about our lives, even invite off-shift staff to fancy dinners. I spoke English, French, and Italian, so he gave me a monthly bonus and let me pick my shifts to fit my classes. In return, I worked hard, mostly nights, which paid a premium. During quiet hours, I'd tackle extra tasks, cleaning, restocking, even clerical work like updating guest logs to ease the morning manager's load. My coworkers appreciated it, and we became a tight crew. Over 3 years, though, staff turned over, and the vibe shifted. By 2016, I was one of the last veterans, nearing graduation and planning to leave for a job in my field. Then Herr Schmidt retired, and his son, Marcus, took over. Marcus was a disaster. Arrogant, entitled, he strutted around like he owned our souls, not just the hotel. I sensed trouble the moment he eyed me with disdain. I never learned why he hated me, but I had a unique contract from his father, shift flexibility, language bonuses that no one else had. Maybe it was jealousy. Maybe he just didn't like my face. Either way, he wanted me gone. One night, while using the manager's network account to file reports, a task I'd done for years, I saw an email with my name in the subject. Curiosity got the better of me. I opened it and felt my blood boil. Marcus was plotting with the manager, Anna, and a few coworkers to push me out. They couldn't fire me without cause. My contract guaranteed severance, and they were short-staffed. But they could make my life miserable enough to quit. The emails were a gut punch. Coworkers I'd helped for years resented my night shifts, which paid a bonus. They called me greedy, accused me of hogging easy hours. Marcus egged them on, suggesting they make things tough for me. Anna, the manager, was neutral, warning they needed me to keep shifts covered, but she didn't stop them. I dug deeper, finding a chain of messages detailing their plan. Extra work, snide remarks, anything to break me. I was furious. I'd been loyal, gone above and beyond, and this was my reward? I thought about slashing tires or worse. But at 2 a.m., I called my uncle, a lawyer. He told me to document everything, emails, photos, videos, and wait to see if they acted on their plan. I forwarded the emails to myself, printed them, made copies, and filmed the screen for proof. Over the next week, their plan unfolded. The conspirators, 3 coworkers, led by a guy named Stefan, turned hostile. They mocked my clothes, my glasses, left dirty dishes in the break room for me to clean, and pawned off grunt work like scrubbing floors. My spare shirt and suit, kept in the locker room, vanished. Stefan even cornered me one night, whispering he'd mess me up if I didn't quit. The others who weren't in on it stayed professional, but no one stood up for me. I stopped doing extra tasks, sticking strictly to my duties. That was their opening. A week later, Anna called me in. "You're not a team player anymore, Lucas. We're letting you go." They paid my severance as required, but I knew it was a setup. I walked out, head high, already planning my counterattack. The next day, my uncle and I filed a lawsuit against the hotel for wrongful termination and workplace harassment. We sent a bundle of evidence, printed emails, photos, videos, showing Marcus and his cronies' conspiracy. Anna reportedly went pale when she saw the emails, knowing I'd accessed her account. Marcus was on a lavish French vacation and had to cut it short to deal with the fallout. Their lawyers advised settling fast. I got my severance plus a hefty payout, enough to cover my expenses until I finished university. It was a win, but I wasn't done. Marcus had gone after my livelihood. Now I'd go after his hotel. During my night shifts, I'd noticed the hotel cut corners. It was a historic building, protected by federal law for its ties to some 18th century figure. Any renovations needed approval from a preservation committee, and the government paid Marcus a grant to maintain it. But I'd seen violations: mold under sinks, faulty wiring, unpermitted changes to the top-floor luxury suites Marcus used. I documented everything, partly out of boredom, partly because I'm a history nerd. With my uncle's help, I compiled a dossier: photos, notes, dates. We sent it to every relevant agency: health, building code, fire safety, even the tax office. Within a month, inspectors swarmed the hotel. The health department cited mold and sanitation issues. Fire inspectors flagged unsafe wiring. The preservation committee was livid about the suites, which violated heritage laws. The hammer fell when building and fire inspectors shut the hotel down. Marcus's renovations were unapproved, and the suites didn't meet fire codes, endangering guests. He had to repay the government grant, pay fines for the alterations, and fund repairs to bring the building up to code. I tipped off a journalist friend who wrote a scathing article about the violations. It went viral locally, tanking the hotel's reputation. Reviews plummeted, bookings dried up. To cover the fines, repairs, and lost revenue, Marcus sold the hotel at a loss. Every coworker who'd harassed me, Stefan and his crew, lost their jobs. The others did too, and while they hadn't joined the bullying, they hadn't helped me either. I felt a twinge of guilt, but not enough to lose sleep. The final blow was personal. Marcus had a habit of hiring escorts when he stayed at the hotel, despite being married. Prostitution's legal in Austria, but cheating's not exactly a marriage saver. A former coworker, Maria, who'd quit before the drama, had Marcus's wife's email. I passed along what I knew: dates, descriptions, even a receipt I'd found in the suite's trash. Maria sent it all to Frau Marcus. I don't know the details, but their marriage imploded, ending in divorce. Marcus's life was in tatters, his business gone, his reputation ruined, his family broken. I walked away stronger. The settlement funded my final university months, and I graduated with honors. I landed a job in cultural preservation, working with historic sites, my dream career. The hotel's new owners gutted Marcus's changes, restoring it properly, which felt like a nod from the universe. My old crew scattered, some messaging me later to apologize, but I didn't care. They'd made their choice. Looking back, I savor the moment I hit send on those agency reports. Marcus and his lackeys thought they could bully me out, save on severance, and keep their cushy setup. Instead, I used their own words and their hotel's dirty secrets to dismantle their world. The money was nice, but watching Marcus lose everything, his business, his staff, his marriage, was the real prize. As I sit in my office now, cataloging artifacts, I think of Stefan's threats, Anna's betrayal, Marcus's smug face. Thanks for the lesson, guys. You taught me how to play dirty and win.